up that I have a meeting with the Federation on the whole issue of one-person patrols, training.
Tony Bouza is a cop. He runs the Minneapolis Police Department with an iron fist. He describes himself as tough but fair. At home, it's likely that his colleagues would hardly recognize him. His private life is sedate and ordered. He insists on it. This 53-year-old Spanish immigrant was raised in Brooklyn. He spent 26 years with one of the world's toughest law enforcement units, the New York City Police Department. He's disciplined, serious, reflective. And under all the expected cop toughness, Tony Bouza is a gentleman.
So you guys all cooked?
His perfect Sunday begins with the breakfast he's prepared for Erica, his wife of 24 years, and his son Dominic. Oldest son Tony is away at college. No shadows of male chauvinism in this family.
It's a partnership. That has been the rule for many years in our house, that we all help. It's not a woman's work or anything like it. She has her own life and her own career and her own craft. I would not want to debate whether she is better at her craft or me or at mine. I have a feeling I'd wind up doing housework exclusively if it ever came to that, because she's probably a better jeweler than I am a police chief, and I could easily get the affidavits of 700 of my colleagues to that effect.
There's a pattern to Chief Bouza's Sunday, every Sunday. It's part of that order he holds important in his life. After the family breakfast, after the minor chores, he writes. In all, he's written 7 books. 2 have been published.
Oh, I write more than anyone alive, and it's more inferior, more junk than anybody living. I'm the world's most prolific inferior author. I'm obsessed with it, and I figure that someday I might be a good writer. If I keep writing, I think I may get better, although God knows there's no evidence to support that conclusion.
Frequently heard throughout the house is classical music. Testimony to his extraordinary discipline, his enjoyment of the music didn't come easily. He worked for it.
There was a period in my life when I thought I was totally uncultured, absolutely without culture. Didn't understand literature, theater, painting, music, and I determined that it was a deficiency that had to be corrected, and mercilessly brought up music and listened to it over and over and over again until I really developed a fondness for it, and now it's a passion.
Passion, obsession, drive are words used often in Tony's vocabulary to describe his work, his beliefs, those close to him.
I'm obsessive about my children. I love them with a total consuming passion. Life is fleeting, and the moment is here and it passes. Seize it. Express your love. Cherish the moment. That's absolutely critical and essential to me in my life, and I believe in it, and have just been that way all my life.
You're a police officer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
His life as a policeman has been filled with people whose lives are in trauma. Everything about his private life, his home, is an utter contrast.
I need repose and routine and peace. Absolutely. That's always been my life, to have a shelter from which you can trot out with your lambs. I think that we all ought to stay in touch with reality and do things that keep us close to reality. There are no great men, no great women. That's nonsense. We're all linked in a common humanity.
Came from Lieutenant Hanson on the 20th at 0100 hours. A robbery of person took place at 8th and Nicholas.
Tony constantly catches you off guard. Stereotypes would expect a cop to be gruffer, tougher.
There is a need for toughness, and even for the growing of calluses over one's emotions, and in order to deal with all of the filth and puke and sweat and toil and tears of it all. But there is also a need to remain human, absolutely critical.
And why the intensity that so drives him?
I'm driven by the fear of failure, so I'm driven from one avoidance of failure to the next. And always dissatisfied with my performance, always unhappy, always coming back neurotically and compulsively driven to do better. I'm never satisfied with my performance. I'm very unhappy with it always.
Son, please do it for me. I'm begging you.
And so, given all his complexities, the joys of his private life, the expressed dissatisfaction of his career life, what if someone walked up and handed Tony Bouza $1 million today? What would he do then?
Oh, that would be very simple. I would invest the money and do exactly what I'm doing now. Change absolutely nothing. Nothing.